The next thing about China, which is interesting, is it has soft power. Yes, it does. China knows that to be a great power, you can't just bully your neighbors, although the Chinese, of course, are quite good at that. Look at what's happened to Australia or Taiwan in recent times. But that you also have to have a more attractive side. And COVID has been a magnificent opportunity for the Chinese by handing out free supplies of Sinopharm or Sinovac, the vaccines in Eastern Europe, in the Balkans, throughout Africa and in the Middle East, at a time when the Europeans have had trouble, as you know, being able to supply their own markets with Western approved vaccines. This has been a boon for Chinese diplomacy and to show the soft power, China as the good neighbor that comes to help you when times are hard. They're also very present in the hybrid warfare space. COVID has shown an ugly side where the wolf warriors, I don't know if you're familiar with this term, but these quite aggressive spokespeople, I was never like that, Chris, when I was the NATO spokesperson in the Chinese Foreign Ministry, have been much more aggressive in hitting back at the West for the criticisms, particularly over things like Uyghurs or Hong Kong or their attitude towards Taiwan and so on. So they've learned the lesson from Russia that disinformation, propaganda, confusing the narrative, playing in the Western media space. This has a negative side, hybrid tactics, but they're also trying a more positive side. They've set up China Global TV, which the UK has recently banned because of failure to correct inaccuracies, but which is still active throughout Europe. It doesn't necessarily have a high viewership, but like RT, the Russian TV station, the Chinese have put a lot of effort in to particularly relay through sympathetic, Western academics and the fellow travelers, as we used to call them, their particular sort of view of the world. Like Russia, they would say there is always another side to the story. Don't believe what your government tells you. It's a lie. And let us present the view of the world from Beijing as well. So in a nutshell, China is probably the most formidable competitor that the West has faced since Nazi Germany in the 1930s, because it has this kind of ambition to spread its values and ideology around the world. It believes that it represents the future, and decadent Western capitalism, think of Hitler, represents the past, and it tries to offer a model of success that people, as they despair about the inadequacies of Western government and of democracy, which has failed, will increasingly be tempted to follow.